We'll be starting in just a couple of minutes, just waiting for people to jump on, starting very soon. Okay, good afternoon. You can all hear me clearly. I think you can hear me clearly now. Amazing. Right. So, guys, first of all, I want to welcome you to this call. I think it's absolutely amazing that you have all made it on. And today is going to be a very, very productive day. You're going to learn how to do some copying and pasting and actually making profit in these markets. So really, really important. Now, let me just switch my camera over. Right, so I hope you can all see me clearly now. I'm using two different devices at one time. So I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Nicola Carter. I am a solicitor in property law and company law. I'm also a Forex trader and an investor in foreign exchange markets. And I also have an international leadership team. Now, what I would advise you to do is we are going to be Hello. Sorry, could you guys all mute yourselves? I'll do it for you. Okay, so before we start, can you quickly, if you have not got MetaTrader 4 on your phone, this is the app that I'm going to be showing you how to use today. So what you need to do is to go into your App Store or your Play Store and download MetaTrader 4. It's a free app, okay? But we're going to be using that today just to show you how easy it is to actually copy, paste, and profit in these markets. So I'll give you a couple of minutes just to go into your App Store or Play Store and download MetaTrader 4 if you haven't already got it. I'll also type it in the chat so you know what it is you're looking for as well. Not to be confused with MetaTrader 5, which is slightly different. You got MetaTrader 4. Now, while you guys are doing that, what I'm going to just do is explain why we even want to trade in the first place. Like, it sounds like a really random question, right? But why trade? Why Forex? Why any of this stuff? Why do we need to do this when we have jobs and we have, you know, salaries coming in. Some of us are very financially comfortable. Why bother to trade? Now, one of the things that we would have seen over the past few weeks and months is actually how precarious and volatile our financial freedom actually is. You know, when you place your income in the hands of somebody else, it's not in your control, okay? And that's something we all have to contend with. Now, one of the things that is really, really key for me is reading certain books and looking at what wealthy people do, and people who are financially secure. What is it they do? What is it they think about? What is it that they are following to keep them in that position, right? Because many of us are on our way to that position. We're not there yet. And so we do want to start to learn and take on the mindset of these people. Now, one of the books that I read that was absolutely vital to my journey and my progression as a trader was Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now, Rich Dad Poor Dad was written by Robert Kiyosaki, and essentially it breaks down the different types of ways in that people make their money, right? And this is really, really crucial, because how you make your money determines how much money you make. It's simply that. It's like that, okay? How you make your money determines how much money you make. Now, what do I mean by that? Robert Kiyosaki talks about a cash flow quadrant, 4 different types of ways. On one side of the cash flow quadrant, you have people who are employed and self-employed. These people trade time for money, right? That's what they do. They're trading time for money. Now, when you're doing that, it's all well and good, but what you're doing is actually selling away your time, and your time is so valuable. It's actually the most valuable thing you possess and the one thing you cannot buy back. So you don't want to be trading your time. For anyone that's just joined the call, we are downloading MetaTrader 4. So that's a trading app that you're going to be using. Go into your App Store or your Play Store and download MetaTrader 4, METATRADER 4. Number 4, okay? So download that. Meantime, I'm just going to give you a quick overview as to why we're even bothering to trade Forex in the first place, right? So, yes, Robert Kiyosaki says people who are employed and self-employed, 95% of the population of the whole world do this, okay? So most of us are employed or self-employed. Now, when you're doing that, you're trading your time for money, but you're limited in 2 ways because of that. Number 1, there are only 24 hours in a day. If you wanted to sell all your time, the most you can sell is 24 hours worth of time. And the fact is, most of us are not working 24/7. Most of us, you know, want to sleep at some point. You know, we've got other things to do. Now, even if you're selling as much as you can out of those 24 hours, you're not in control of how much you sell it for. If you're employed, your job, you know, they're dictating how much you're going to be paid, whether it's an hourly rate, whether it's a monthly salary, they are dictating how much they're paying you. You may be able to negotiate a little bit, but you're not in control. So you're probably not being paid what your time is worth, right? Now, if you are self-employed, even though you may set your own prices for the services or products that you provide to your clients, the fact is that you're doing so within a reasonable limit compared to your nearest competitors, right? You don't want to be outpricing them too much, because you know your clients will go somewhere else. So it's absolutely vital that you understand that still you're not in control of how much you're actually charging for your time and the energy that you're putting into these services and these products. Now, that's not to say that being employed or self-employed is bad. It's not, because you know, things need to get done. We still need people who work and who produce and who do all this stuff. But it just means that to only be on that side of money leaves you at risk. That's what it does. It leaves you at risk, because it means that the rug can be pulled out underneath you. And if that's your only source of income, you've left that in the hands of somebody else, right? So what are the other people doing? The people on the other side of money, the 5% who are not employed or self-employed, these are people who are investors or business owners. Now, investors and business owners, they've got the good life, okay? Because they're not selling their time, first of all. If you're a business owner, you're actually using a structure or a process of leverage. You're leveraging other people's skills, time, abilities, resources to actually generate an income for yourself. So for example, if I was the CEO of a supermarket, I would be using my employees. Their time is what's being used to serve the customers, you know, bag the shopping, stack the shelves, take the deliveries, all of that stuff is down to them. I'm not doing that. Meantime, I've also got management, and I'm using their ability to manage everyone else to keep that process going, to make sure people turn up on time, to make sure there's not too many people taking sick days, to make sure that everything gets done at the right time. Now, what that means is I don't have to be in that store, but it will still be generating money. I don't have to give my time, but the money still comes in. And because that is a system and a simple process, I can duplicate it. So I can not only have it running in one store, I can have it running in 10 stores, 100 stores, 1,000 stores plus, right? And I am still one person. I don't have to be in any single one of those places to make them still generate money for me. I can be on a beach for a month or two, I can be on the golf course, and they will still open and money will still come in. So this is how you start to earn money, not linked to your time, right? Now, the other part of the 5% is our investors. Investors, they have a similar process, okay? They basically will put money into different ventures, into different assets, and wait for that money to appreciate or to multiply. They're making money from money, okay? Their money works for them. They do not work for money. And again, this is something that can happen in your sleep, okay? You can buy certain stocks or shares or currencies, and they will improve in value while you are asleep. You'll be richer the next morning. Okay, this happened to me yesterday. Okay, I placed a couple of trades. I woke up, I had extra money sitting in my account that I didn't go to bed with. And I was like, hey, this is the good life. I can live with this, right? Getting paid in your sleep. So this is what investors do. Now, being an investor is not linked to time in the aspect that we don't give our time to make the improvement happen in our finances. If I buy a property and I intend to hold it for 10 years so that it improves in value, in those 10 years, I don't have to sit in the property. I can go and do other things with my time. That process will happen by itself, right? So all you're doing is actually finding another way to get income coming into you without you giving your time, which is something you really want to hang on to. You don't want to give away all your time. Now, the disparity in income generation between these two groups of people, your 95%ers who are employed and self-employed, and your 5%ers who are business owners and investors, is huge, right? 95% of people who are employed and self-employed collectively, altogether, only generate 5% of all of the money in the world. So if you think about all of the money in the world split up, most people only have the tiniest fraction of 5% of it. Meantime, 5% of the people in the world who are the richest, the wealthiest, actually have 95% of the money. So that's really, really unfair. It's a very, stark difference, but it's because of how you earn your money. If you're only on the 95% side, you need to find a way to transition across and become a business owner or an investor in some way, So what I aim to do today is actually to break down Forex to you as a skill, what it is and how it's so easy to actually get started, because you just simply copy, paste, profit. Now, I hope everyone now has got MetaTrader. If you've got MetaTrader on your phone now, drop some ones in the chat so I know that we're ready to kick off. If you've downloaded MetaTrader onto your phone, drop some ones in the chat so I know we're ready to go. Amazing, brilliant. Excellent, perfect. Okay, now we may be on iPhone and we may be on Android. The two systems are slightly different, but hopefully I'll be able to talk you through both as we progress with the call. Amazing, brilliant, perfect. So, first of all, let's go to the interesting part, okay? Because Forex is something that people really don't understand. Forex, put simply, is exchanging one currency for another, okay? So that's what we're dealing with, currencies, yeah? So, for example, if any of us are planning to go on holiday when lockdown ends, please let it end some point in time so we can all fly away, okay? Maybe we've got some exotic destinations in mind. Maybe some of us want to travel to the States. Maybe some of us want to go to the Caribbean or to Europe or to Africa, many different places, right? Wherever it is we want to go, they will be using a certain currency over there that we have to get hold of. So we will have to sell our Great British pounds for their currency to be able to spend money over there. That is what a trade is. That's all it is. So if I go to America, I exchange my Great British pounds for the US dollar. I've traded. I have taken part in Forex. That's all it is, right? Very, very simple. Now, most people also don't realize that your bank account is being traded. So whatever you have in the bank, it's being invested in Forex. It's being invested in stocks and shares, in commodities and companies, all this different kind of stuff, generating a massive profit for the banks, but not actually giving you the return that they're making with this, right? So if you think about how much your bank account has actually grown recently, it won't be very much. The banks are not heaping the profits into your account. They may be giving you interest rates of something like 0.01% per annum, which is tiny. It's the kind of money you can just find outside in the road or just find down the back of your sofa. It's pocket change compared to what they are making with our money. So this is where you start to be able to do this for yourself. Now, one of the things that I think is so powerful for people to understand about Forex is that it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not, okay? I don't care what you see on Instagram. I don't care what you see about lifestyle. I don't care what you see about cars and jewelry and holidays and all this expensive stuff. Get that image for the moment out of your head, because this is real. I'm going to show you the real way to trade Forex. You will get to that stage of life. Don't get me wrong. You will get there, but it's not going to happen overnight. Let me show you now how real Forex traders actually grow their trading accounts. I'm going to show you what's called a compound plan, right? And this is something that, everyone I work with, I make sure they have a compound plan. Essentially, it's making a set target on your profits, on your account every single day or every week or however long you want to do it over. Is making, consistent profit. Now I'm going to share my screen with you and show you how powerful this is. And now you'll understand what it is we're actually aiming towards when we start to take these trades, okay? So I'm going to share my screen very quickly. And let's show you how this compound really works. Can we all make sure we're muted as well, please? Okay, excellent. So this is what we call our compound calculator, right? Now, this is something that's just a financial tool. People use this for various different ventures, okay? Essentially, when you compound an account, what you do is you start with a certain amount of money and then you grow it by a set percentage every single day. So say if I started with like £100 and I wanted to grow it by 2% every day. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm adding £2 to the account every day. No, because that £2 is only 2% on the first day. But if I add £2, which is 2%, to my 100, on day one, at the end of day one, I have £102, right? So the next day, 2% is going to be bigger than the day before. I hope that is very, very clear. So this is actually a calculator that tells you how quickly your account will grow based on how many days you compound. So if I start with, say, £100, it says dollars in here, but let's just say pounds, and I'm using a daily profit of 2%. That's my target every day. I want to trade and make 2% profit. And say if I'm not going to take any money out of this account, so I'm going to leave it in there and just let it grow, okay? I'm reinvesting 100% of everything I make back into the same pot. And I'm going to take out the weekends because actually the markets are closed at the weekends, all right? You'll still be able to learn how to copy, paste, and profit, don't worry, but the markets are actually closed. So if I did this for 100 days, right? 100 business days, 100 weekdays, because there's no weekends included in this calculation. Let me show you how the money is made. So I press calculate and it shows me that I started with an investment of £100 today. And in roughly 4.5 months time, December the 4th, I would have £724.38, right? Now, some people may be thinking that's not that much money. Like, that's an increase of what, 620? I could really save that. It's 4 months, you know, put some aside. I could do that. It's not hard. Like, why are people trading? It doesn't make any sense, right? But let me scroll down and show you what's actually happening to your money, okay? Day one, you started with £100, you made 2%, which was £2, okay? You have £102. On day two, you make 2% of £102, which is £2 4 pence. You now have £104 4 pence. Does that make sense? Drop some twos if that principle makes sense to you. I hope I haven't lost anyone yet. Does this make sense? That you're making 2% a day. Drop twos if you understand the 2% principle. Drop some twos in the chat if this is making sense to you. Amazing. Okay, brilliant. So you can see that every day your 2% is actually going to be bigger because your pot is getting bigger every single day. So if I scroll down, you'll see this purple column here is showing you how much you're going to be making every single day. And that amount is going to be growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Doesn't matter how much you're trading, as long as you are making 2% profit. And 2%, quite frankly, is like kind of light work. Some people have 5% targets. Some people have 8% targets. You know, it's completely up to you how much you want to trade. But on 2%, this is how your account grows. On day 100, you're making £14.20 a day in the foreign exchange market, and you have a total amount of 724, right? Now, if I go back up to the top and I add on another 100 days, I want to do this for 200 days now, okay? Let's extend the time by another 4.5 months. Press calculate again. Can you see these numbers here, guys? Can you see that I now have £5,247 in my bank, in my trading account, 5,247. But think about it, does that make sense? The first 4.5 months, my profit was only 624. My second 4.5 months, I'm making almost 4,500 extra in profit. How did that happen, right? Why is there such a big jump all of a sudden? Because most people in 9 months maybe couldn't save 5 grand. So now there's a big jump. What's happening? Simply the compounding. We still compounding, okay? We got to day 100, didn't we? Day 100, £14.20 a day. And we kept compounding. That 2% kept growing into the £18 a day, £19 a day, £23 a day, £29 a day, £30 a day. It just kept on growing, okay? So actually, when we got to day 200, we were making £102 a day. Plus 90p, okay? £102.90 a day, still 2%. It's still just 2%, but that's how we ended up having that quicker growth in that second period of 4.5 months, okay? We're now at 5,200 in the trading account and growing every single day. Now, £102 a day. Some people go to work and don't make £102 a day. And the best part of this, right, is that trading income in the UK is tax-free. So some people go to work and they get taxed on this. If you're trading currently in the UK, that income is tax-free. Obviously, I'll leave you to take your own tax advice, but it's classed as spread betting, which means it's tax-free, it's non-taxable income, right? So that is what happens after the second period of 4.5 months. We're now 9 months in, right? Now, if I come back and we do this one more time, this is gonna be the last time I show you this, guys. The last time I show you this, okay? 300 days, okay? 300 days. This is about 14 months worth of trading now. And I press calculate now. Do you see how that number has just jumped up? 38,018 pence and 56. Do you see that? Drop some threes in the chat if you see that 38 grand sitting in that trading account. Drop some threes in the chat if you see how 2% a day can actually start to create wealth for yourself. Drop some threes in the chat if you now see where that lifestyle comes from. When you see the cars and you see the clothes and you see the holidays and all that good stuff and you think these people are just making it up. Drop a 3 if you now see where this money is coming from and why trading is so powerful. This is the kind of stuff that frankly they don't show you, okay? And what I want to do is make it clear, this is not an income claim, because being consistent at trading takes time. It does. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you the first day you trade, this is what's going to be happening. It takes time to get consistent. But the fact is, once you get consistent, by goodness, is your money going to start to level up. It is going to go through the roof, okay? That is the potential when it comes to trading. And that is why so many people use it as a very viable means to retire themselves, to go part-time, to purchase properties, to retire parents, to do all the things they wanted to do, put their kids in private school, have those holidays that they wanted, you know, really start to have that kind of financial security, okay? Because let's just break it down. If I get to the end of this 300 days, I'll show you how much is being made per day in the charts, right? I'll show you how much is being made. This is a long list, geez, right? But it just shows you all the time that people put into trading that people don't see. They wait for the results and they see the sparkle at the end, but they didn't see all of these days in between, right? So day 300, you're making £745.46 a day. Now, I'm guessing there's some employees and there's some self-employed people on this call, okay? I'm guessing there are some. If you were employed or self-employed, or if you are employed or self-employed, what would you have to do at work for them to pay you £745 a day? Tell me, what would you have to do? Is it even possible? Is it possible for you to do this in your job or in your own business, whatever it is? What would you have to do? How far or how long would it take you to get this kind of income? Not possible, right? Many people it wouldn't be, but this is why you see that this is based on 14 months. Even if it took me 5 years to learn to be consistent and to get to this, it would still be worth it, because my job is never going to pay me £745 a day. Do you see what I mean? It's never. So for me, it doesn't matter how long it takes to learn. This is why we're so committed to learning and so committed to actually doing this and making it work, because we know that it's still a shortcut. Even if it takes you 4 years of hard graft and you have losses and you have wins and you have losses and you have wins and you're getting it and you're getting it, this is always going to be worth it. It's always going to be worth it. Now, that said, I'm going to shut down the screen and I'm going to stop sharing with you guys, okay? You've seen the end goal. You've seen what can happen. You've seen the potential, right? And 2% trading literally just means the same trades that you placed on day one are the same trades that would have got you that large amount on day 300, okay? It's the same amount because 2% is 2%. It's a percentage-based game, right? So let me just very quickly mute everyone again. Sorry, guys, I hear some background. Okay, just for those of you who may have joined recently, we were just talking about the aim of Forex trading, what the actual end result is when you learn to compound your trading account. And this is why people see that jet set lifestyle and they think it's a myth, they think it's not true. Guys, you have no idea, okay? If you haven't yet, download MetaTrader 4. That's the app we're going to be using, MetaTrader 4. I've typed it in the chat so you should be able to see it still. But what I'm going to do now is really get into it and start to break down for you how we place these trades, okay? So the first thing you need to understand is that when we are trading, there's two options, only two options. You can buy or you can sell, okay? You can buy or you can sell. And the fact is, it doesn't matter whether a currency is increasing in value or decreasing in value, you can trade it. It doesn't matter whether it's going up or down, you can make profit both ways. This is a recession-proof form of investment. Very, very simple. It's not like property, it's not like the stock market, it's recession-proof. You can make money whatever the economic climate. Brexit, the value of the pound absolutely tanked. Those of us who knew how to trade, we made money off Brexit. You know, when the pound started to rise again, we made money again. Coronavirus, when it hit the UK, the value of the pound tanked. Those of us who knew how to trade it made money off it. When we introduced lockdown and everything started to improve, the value of the pound started to go back up. We traded it again and made more profit. All of these different things. Every time something political or economic happens in the world, there are traders making money off it because the currencies start to move, okay? So it's buying or selling. We buy when the markets are low, we sell when the markets are high, right? So there are essentially 6 pieces of information you need to know to place a trade. Just 6, okay? The first is knowing what currency it is you're gonna trade, okay? What currency? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen with you again and show you the different types of currencies that we have. Now, I wanna see how good you guys are with currencies, okay? If I say GBP, what currency is that? Drop it in the chat. If I say GBP, what currency is that? Right, great, what pounds? That's it. Great British pounds, yeah? If I say USD, what's that? US dollars, perfect. Princess is on it. American dollar, that's right, okay? If I say EUR, do we know what that is? The euro. Yeah, these guys are on it. Yes, you got it, euro, exactly. Let me try a more difficult one. If I say JPY, what's that? If I any traders on this call, you guys shush, man. Russia, go on. Japan, Japanese, yeah, that's it. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna try a really obscure one. Let's see who really gets this one now. CHF. Traders, be quiet. I want to see who else knows this. CHF. Swiss franc, you go, girl. That's it, Swiss franc. That's it, exactly. So different currencies have different codes. Now, what we do is we trade, generally speaking, the major currencies. So this would be the US dollar, the Great British Pound, the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen, the euro, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar. Have I missed any out? I don't think so. Okay, generally those are what we trade. You can also apply this skill to as well trading gold, which is XAU USD. So it's gold crossed with the American dollar. And we can trade various different things, okay? Some people like to trade more exotic pairs. Some people trade the South African rand, the Mexican peso, all of these different kind of things. Any currency that moves, you can trade, but we stick to the major ones because they kind of do the most in terms of movement and controlling the markets, right? So the first thing is knowing what currency are you gonna trade. Currencies move in things called pips. This is this part of this. Currencies move in pips. So you want to know, what are these currencies doing? What is the prices now that you want to be looking at? And what I'm going to do is share my screen and show you how this works. So I think my trading view is open, is it? Yes. Right, I'm going to show you this website called Trading View. Okay. Now, TradingView is a free website. Any one of you can go on TradingView and create a free profile for yourself, and it will show you, it will give you access to all of the different foreign exchange currency charts in the world, plus stocks and shares and every single other kind of thing that you want to ever think about trading. Everything is available on this website for you to look at, right? Now, you can see over here that this might look like a hot mess. Some of you are looking at this thinking, oh my goodness me, what is all this, right? This is showing us the exchange rate difference between the Swiss franc and the Japanese yen. Okay, you can see top left-hand corner, Swiss franc, Japanese yen. So as these two currencies, as the exchange rate between them has risen and fallen over a period of time, it's been tracked on this graph, okay? So you can see that if I scroll out a little bit, you can see July started here. At the bottom, if you see the bottom, July started here. And then as the dates progress throughout July, you can see what's happened to this currency. So if we start here, we see it rose, it fell, it rose a bit. Generally speaking, it was doing this whole zigzag movement, but overall it was rising. Then it did a sharp drop, then it rose again. Then it did a sharp drop, and then it rose again, right? So you can see this is the exchange rate. Now the actual price at any given time is over here. So you can see that right now, where this blue line is going across the screen, the current market price, which paused 10 p.m. last night because the markets pause at the weekends. So 10 p.m. last night, the markets closed. And the price exchange rate between these two currencies is 114.008, which means you get 114 Japanese yen to the Swiss franc currently, okay? Over time, it will rise and fall. Every minute, every hour, every day, every week, it will rise and fall. So you'll start to see these prices. Now, pips are how you measure the difference in price. So for example, if I was gonna measure, say, the distance between this move here up to here, where it is now. You see that move where it was down there and it went up to here? Can you see that actually it went from 113.328, roughly, yeah? Went from roughly 113 Japanese yen to the Swiss franc up to 114. Now, these numbers, this difference is measured in pips. Like how you have millimeters to measure distance and centimeters to measure distance, you will have pips to measure the difference in currency price. Now, there are two types of ways that you can count the pip difference between these numbers. But first of all, you have to understand that there are two different types of currency pairs, okay? At this point, guys, I have to kind of point out that if you haven't come on this call with pen and paper, note takers are the money makers, okay? I'll give you 30 seconds to grab some pen and grab some paper if you haven't already got it. Grab some pen, grab a pen and some paper, okay? But this is really crucial. It's 6 things. Once you've mastered these 6 things, you can copy, paste, and profit you're good, okay? So pips, there are 2 types of pips. Pips move differently for different currency pairs, okay? The 2 types you have to know about are pairs that include the Japanese yen, or what we call JPY pairs, and pairs that don't include the Japanese yen, which we call non-JPY pairs, okay? So there's 2 types, JPY pairs, non-JPY pairs. Are we clear on that? Drop some 3s if you're clear on the 2 different types. JPY pairs, non-JPY pairs. Any 3s? 3s, 2s, good. Whatever number you want to drop, that's cool. As long as you understand what I'm saying, it's all good. Excellent. So if I take you over to the right-hand side of this screen, have a look and see these currency pairs. So AUD, CAD, the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar, that is a non-JPY pair because there's no JPY in it, right? AUD, CHF, non-JPY pair. AUD, JPY, that is a JPY pair. Okay, anything with the JPY in it is a JPY pair. So CAD JPY, Chef JPY, Euro JPY, these are all JPY pairs. Now, what I'm going to do is very quickly show you the difference in how to count the pips for each of these things. Okay, this is so crucial. Guys, you are getting the gems right now. You are getting the germs, right? Let me see if I can just make this a bit bigger. Okay, so JPY pairs generally come in the format of numbers where you have 2 or 3 numbers before a decimal point and then 3 numbers after. Okay, so depending on the currency pair, they'll either have 2 numbers, decimal point, then 3 numbers, or 3 numbers, decimal point, then 3 numbers. That's the basic formula for JPY pair currencies, okay? So you can see that for this Swiss franc Japanese yen, we've got 3 numbers, decimal point, 3 numbers. Now, what you want to do for either of these, let me delete this one because we're using the 3 number one at the minute. What you want to do is basically draw a box around the first and second number after the decimal point. So these 2 numbers. Okay, those are the ones you're really interested in. Those numbers and anything to the left of it, right? But really, those are the ones you want to be watching. Anything after that, disregard. You ignore anything that comes after that, those second numbers after the decimal point, okay? After the first 2 numbers after the decimal point, ignore anything that comes after that. So, ignore anything after second number after decimal point. I hope this is making sense. Okay, so what you're really focused on is the first 2 numbers after decimal point. Right, now what you're going to do is count the difference. This is basic subtraction. So, say my entry price is 114.008. And say, actually, even the 2 numbers that are on the screen right now, you've got 068 and you've got 114.008. So which numbers are we interested in the 114.064? Sorry, 068. What numbers are we interested in? We've got 114.068. What numbers are we interested in that number? The 06. Excellent. We're interested in the 06, right? And in the number underneath, the 114.008, what numbers are we interested in? The 00. Excellent. All we do is subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So 06 take away 00 is 06 take away 00 is 6. That move is 6 pips. 6 pips, okay? That's 6 pips, exactly. So the movement between 114.008 and 114.068 is 6 pips. Do you guys understand? So that would be like your units column. And the 0 before would be the tens column. And then if you go back to the other side of the decimal point, that 4 would be your hundreds column and so on. So that is where you start to count your pips from. You're looking at the second number after decimal point as your starting point. So I hope that makes sense. So now if I, say if I draw another line and say if I want to do something like this, I'm going to change the numbers up a little bit. Okay, so I made a new one, guys. 114.578, and there was a move to 114.148. How many pips is the difference between those movements? What is the pip difference between those numbers? 114.578 and 114.148. What's the difference in those numbers? Not 13. What numbers are we looking at first of all? Which parts are we interested in? That's it, 43. That's it, because you're doing 57 take away 14. Do you see that? 57 take away 14. The difference is 43. So the movement between those 2 prices is 43 pips. It doesn't matter whether you're buying or whether you're selling. Biggest take away littlest number gives you the difference in pips. And it's just the movement up or the movement down, okay? So 43 pips would be the difference. So I'm glad you guys have got this. JPY pairs second number after decimal point, that's what you're interested in. So now what I want to do is completely flip the script, and we're going to move to a different pair. So let's go to the Euro NZ. Now, we can see here that these pip calculations are a little bit different, okay? Because the format for these non-JPY pairs, the format for these is usually one number, decimal point, many other numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, it can be however many numbers, right? One number and many other numbers after decimal point. Now, these are for the more powerful pairs, right? Where there's usually like fewer of one currency to the other currency. They're not as very small pair like the Japanese yen. So you get one number, decimal point, many other numbers. Now, what we are focused on is everything from the 4 number and before. Anything after the 4th number after decimal point, we ignore. We don't care about it. Don't care. We want the 4th number after decimal point and everything before that. That's what we're looking at, right? So on this number over here at the side, we've got 1.74270. Which numbers are we interested in looking at? Which numbers are we interested in looking at in this price? We want the 4th number after decimal point and everything before it. So the 7th is the 4th number. So yes, 7427. Excellent. That's it. That's it. That's what we're looking at. That's all we're interested in. We're interested in that chunk. The 0, we don't care. Disregard the 0. Okay. Anything that comes after that 7, we don't care. We're only looking at the 4 numbers after decimal point and everything before it. Okay. So if I take the next number that I see on the screen as well, 1.74015. With the second number I've just written on the screen, what numbers are we interested in looking at? What numbers are we interested in looking at out of these numbers here? 1.74015. 7401. Excellent. Excellent. That's it. That's it. 7401. So we're going to take the smallest away from the biggest overall, right? So we're going to do 7427, take away 7401. What's the difference in pips? $7,427, take away 7401. 26. Excellent. That's it. You guys got it. That's it. You know how to count pips. Well done. You know how to count pips. Okay. JPY pairs, second number after decimal point, everything going forward. Non-JPY pairs, 4th number after decimal point, everything going forward. You know how to count pips. Excellent. We can move on. Okay. So you've got 0.1 out of the way. Know the currency and know which you know how the movement is on those currencies. Know how the pips work. Now, the second thing you need to know to place a trade, okay, step 2 of 6, is your lot size. Your lot size. Now, the lot size is how much you're risking per pip. You know what pips are now. The lot size is how much you're risking or gaining per pip. Now, generally speaking, there are different types of ways to place a trade. But when you place a trade, you're going to need to know the lot size, right? So let me just draw this out for you so you can understand what I'm saying. There are different lot sizes. Now, if you guys look at your MetaTrader, you may be using your phone on this Zoom. If you actually look at your MetaTrader, you will see that there is a place looking like this. Okay, this little bit here. Let me see if I can, there we go. Do you see this on your screen or something that looks like that? A 0.0 something, and it's got these numbers at the side. That is your lot size. That is where you put your lot size in. So what I'm going to do is show you what lot size you should be using, okay? Now, a 0.01 lot size is roughly 10p. It's actually 10 cents, right? Which is roughly about 7p. But for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to break it down so you understand it, how it works in numbers, right? Okay, 0.01 is roughly 10p a pip. So if we just took a trade, what was it? 23 pips difference or 43 pips difference? That would be 10p times 43. And that's how much you would stand to gain in that movement or lose in that movement if it was going the wrong way for you, okay? That's how much you'd be making. 0.10 is £1. £1 a pip. So that would be £43 you'd be gaining, okay? Or £43 you'd be losing. Now, 1.00 would be £10 a pip. So this is for them people with them hench six-figure accounts, and they're trading £10 a pip, and they're making hundreds at a time, okay? This is what they're doing. This is how the lot sizes work, right? This is how the lot sizes work. So that being said and done, is that with a 1-to-1? No, the leverage doesn't matter with this. The leverage doesn't matter with this. So this is the price regardless. Leverage is just how much drawdown they'll let you go into, okay? So 0.01 is 10p. So if I have, basically what we want to do, there's something else I forgot to type in here. Let me just add one thing. For the sake of simplicity on this call, what we're going to do is we're going to assume that we all have accounts of a certain amount, but the system we're going to use is we're going to trade 10p, 0.01 per £100 in the trading account, okay? So if you have a trading account of £100, your lot size should just be 10p a pip, because you don't want to over leverage the account. As you can see, some of those moves that we calculated were like 43 pips. If I take my account that only has £100 in it, and I trade on a 0.10, which is £1 a pip, yes, I may stand to gain 43. But if I lose, I have lost £43 out of my 100. That is a huge chunk out of what I have, right? So we don't do that. You keep to small lot sizes compared to the size of your account. As the size of your account gets bigger, your lot size will get bigger, okay? So you keep it balanced. You don't over leverage and have too heavy a pip for your account. So if we have an account of £200, what would our lot size be? £200, 0.02, perfect. If we have an account of £600, what would it be? £600, think about it. £600, what would the lot size be? 0.01 per 100, yeah, 0.06, that's it, Andrea, got you, okay? If we had an account of £85,000, we have an account of £85,000, what would our lot size be? This one's a little bit more difficult, you've got to scale it up. 8.5, exactly, right? That's how the lot sizes work. So the bigger the lot size, the bigger the trade per pip, the bigger the money you're going to be making per pip. Now, some people, they start Forex trading and they get caught up with this because they see that, but they forget that they've got only a little pot of money. And so they get quick results because they take some chances and they start to increase that lot size a little bit. So they may take their first few trades at a 0.01 and think, oh yeah, this is great. I'm hitting blues, I'm hitting profits, it's amazing. What happens if I do these trades in 0.02? And then they win and they go, oh my gosh, I've got even more money. This is amazing. Let me try 0.05. And before you know it, they take a loss and it takes a huge chunk because they've forgotten they can lose. Okay, they've forgotten they can lose. So we have a no over leveraging policy. We don't do that. Keep to your correct lot size and be patient. Okay, patient with a Y. Patient with a Y. And I say patient with a Y. Some people have no idea what I'm talking about. If anyone knows what I mean when I say patient with a Y, please type it in the chat and let everyone understand what I'm saying. Patient with a Y, okay? Patience pays. So you just have to be patient. Now, that's it, patience. Thank you. Be patient. Now, that's the second point. You understand lot sizes, okay? The third point, when you're taking a copy and paste trade, you want to know your entry. Where are they telling you to get into the trade? Now, for this, I'm going to skip across this little PDF that I showed you earlier. Now, some people, you're on Android and you're on iPhone, it's gonna look a little bit different for you. This is based on an Android, okay? iPhone, it's kind of similar, but it's a little bit different. So if you go into MetaTrader, you should still be able to hear me. You go into MetaTrader, we're gonna use this example trade just to show you the different types of information that you actually need to place a trade, okay? So say, for example, we're gonna place a trade on the GBP USD. Let's go for it. GBP USD. You're going to go into your MetaTrader and you're going to see quotes. And the quotes are going to have different currencies there for you. You're not going to have all of them because you just opened MetaTrader maybe, and you have the opportunity to add different currencies in. But for starters, you may just have basics. And I hope GBP USD is there. Now, what you'll do is if you're on Android, you'll tap on that currency and it will pop up with a box and you'll press new order to place a trade. Hang on, I need to mute someone. Sorry, guys. Okay, excellent. I think that's it. Right, so when you're on Android, you will press new order. Tap on the currency and press new order. If you're on iPhone, your box says trade instead of new order. Your box will say trade instead of new order. So you tap on the currency and you'll press trade. You'll then see a screen that looks like this. Now, at the top of the screen, you'll see the different types of trade. Market execution means you're entering the trade at the current market price. So whatever that current market price is, like if you look on here, you'll see that red line is showing you what the current market price, whatever it is, that's what you'll be entering for that currency, okay? Now, most trades that you take on a copy and paste basis are market execution. They're designed for you to enter the moment they're called. So you never usually have to worry about what the entry price is because it's current price, it's market execution. If it's what's called a pending order, that's an order where you will jump into it now, but you're basically setting it up to enter at a later point in time. So say you want the price to increase to a certain point before you start to buy or sell, that will be set up as a pending order. And there are 4 types of pending order. So even on iPhone or Android, if you tap market execution, it will bring you up a little box that looks like this. And these are the types of pending order: buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, or sell stop. Now, if you're taking a copy and paste trade, they will tell you which one it is. So you don't even need to actually worry about it. They will tell you. If they want you to do a buy stop, they will say buy stop. If they want you to do a sell limit, they will say sell limit, okay? But essentially, it's knowing what type of trade is it you're doing. Is it market execution or is it one of the 4 pending orders? Now, does that make sense? Drop some 4s in the chat if this is still making sense to you. Drop some 4s in the chat if this is still making sense. You're understanding what I'm saying. Brilliant. Excellent. Let's move. So that is basically, you first start off knowing what type of trade is it I'm trying to do. And you're already on the right currency pair because you've selected that, and they will tell you the currency pair. The lot size, guys, we now know how to do our lot sizes, right? Depending on how much is in your trading account, that is how you put your lot size, right? Repeat. From which point? From the beginning, from the quote screen? From the quote screen. So when you go into MetaTrader, okay, it will show you the list of different currency pairs. What you first need to do is select your currency pair. When you get a trade idea, oh, the orders, okay, fine. When you get a trade idea, they come up like this. Like, for example, this one will say sell stop AUD JPY. So it's telling you that the kind of trade is a sell stop. What you'll do is when you've selected new order on Android or trade on iPhone, it will take you to this screen where you then start to put in the details for the trade. If you tap market execution, which is entering at current market price, if you tap that bar, it brings you the other types of trade: buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, or sell stop. And these are where you want to start the trade on your phone now, but you actually want to enter it at a different price point from the current market price. Does that make sense? Let me just have a look at that question. I saw a question pop up. Hang on a second. Sometimes they just say buy or sell. That means market execution. Perfect. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. If they just say buy or sell, it's just straight market execution, but it's just telling you which trade, because it could be either, right? But if they don't say any of the stops or the limits, that means it's just straight market execution, right? Excellent. So you know your lot size. On the left-hand side, if you're on Android, you will have a space with a red line underneath it. That is where you put your stop loss, okay? If you're on iPhone, these are in columns. The stop loss and the take profit are in columns, and it will say take profit and it will say stop loss, okay? Now, I'll explain the difference between these 2 numbers. The entry point is where you're entering the trade, right? Your take profit is where you want it to go to. That's where you think it's going to go to. That's where you're saying, right, I want to make my money on that move. okay? Your stop loss is a safety precaution. So for example, if I'm gonna take a trade, let me clean all this off. If I'm gonna take a trade, right, and I wanted to catch this move. So say I'm looking at this part of the chart and I think, this is gonna go down a little more. It's done this move from up here down to here, but I think it's actually gonna come back down here, okay? I might set a trade with my entry, current market price, market execution. I wanna sell to this point. The take profit will be 1.73841. Does that make sense? Drop some ones if that makes sense. Your take profit is where you want the trade to go to, where you think it's gonna go, that you wanna take your profit. That makes sense, right? So that's the number you're gonna type into TP. TP means take profit. That will be where you type that number in on MetaTrader. Now, if I enter at that point, so I'm gonna put a line there, because that's my take profit. Okay, and change the line to green. I don't even know why it's actually blue. Let me change it. Right. Okay. So I've got my green line where my take profit is. This dotted red line is my entry because it's the current market price. I'm doing a trade by market execution. I'm going to sell, right? Because we buy when the market is low and we sell when the market is high. So here I'm saying the market is currently high. I want to sell it down to the low point. Now, the stop loss is vital. The stop loss is designed to take you out of the trade, okay, at a decent point in time. So that, for example, if this continues to go back up, I don't want to still be in this trade and just watch it go into minus. I don't want to just sit there and have it never ending go into minus until all my money is gone. No, a stop loss will protect your account. So if I put my stop loss, say for example here, that means that when the market gets to that point, it's going to take me out of the trade. And the fact that I've managed my loss through my lot size means that that shouldn't be risking that much, okay? I stand to gain more than I stand to lose, okay? Because the distance from market to my take profit is greater than the distance from the market to the stop loss, okay? So the stop loss is what will take you out of the trade. Yes, you will incur a small loss, but it's better to do that and understand that it's not going your way than to stay in the trade and hope for the best. In the meantime, it is going clearly in the wrong direction. Okay, so that is what the stop loss is for. So every trade will give you a stop loss and a take profit, which means you have both of those numbers to put into your MetaTrader. So your take profit in this case would be 1.73849. Your take profit in your stop loss in this case would be 1.74512. Does that make sense? I hope that really makes sense. Drop some threes in the chat if that makes sense to you. Excellent. Brilliant. So back to our MetaTrader. On Android, the stop loss goes on your left-hand side. The take profit goes on the right-hand side. All you want to do is press sell or buy, okay? And obviously, if you're taking a copy and paste trade, they'll give you this information. They will tell you what it is, okay? Buy, they will tell you. All you got to do is copy and paste the numbers into the right section. That's literally it. If you're on iPhone, like I said, your stop loss and your take profit are in a column. You just put one, put the other. Guys, that's how you take a trade. Copy, paste, and profit. Now, we have half an hour left. I want to show you where do we get these trades from? Okay, where do we get the copy, paste, and profit trades? So this is absolutely fantastic. First of all, I'm going to show you the platform that I trade with. I am Master Academy. It is amazing. Okay, now the first part of it are educators. Educators on this thing are professional traders. They are 6, 7, 8, 9-figure traders. These are millionaires. And the funny thing, right? These are not even the one. You don't have to put a time frame. No, you don't have to put time frames. Don't worry about time frames. Simply put the lot size, along with this market execution or the right type of trade, stop loss, take profit. You're good. You're good. Okay, that's it. Don't worry about time frame, deviation, none of that stuff. You don't need to worry about any of that. Now, the educators on this platform are incredible, okay? These are professional traders And these are people who are normal, regular people like us, okay? They used to once live in normal places and have normal jobs and have the normal struggles of life until they learned about Forex. And then they learned about how to trade, and they learned about, you know, how to make money. And that far exceeded anything they were able to do in their other walks of life. Consequently, they're now skilled and equipped enough to be able to pass that knowledge on and teach it to other people so that we can also learn how to do what they do. Now, learning is fantastic. Wanting to learn how to trade for yourself is brilliant. But the fact is, you don't need to. Initially, you can copy, paste, and profit. And that is the beauty of this platform. You don't need to understand it to learn how to actually make your money. You can just do it just by copying them. So what I want to do is plug you into 2 sessions and just show you how some of these educators call out their trades, okay? Because they're teaching you, but they are also calling out live trades for you to take, okay? So I just want to show you how simple this is to actually listen to and understand. So the first educator that I'm going to click through to is one of our team favorites, okay? We call him Sugar Daddy, affectionately, because he does early morning sessions, right, where he calls out these live trades. Now, it's amazing because you don't have to do nothing. You can still be in bed and just copy and paste. I can be getting ready for work, just copy and paste. And we always have this running joke in our group that, you know, no man pays us like this and makes sure we're good before we even go to work. Like, you don't have to do nothing. The man just gives you money every morning in your account. Sugar daddy. Okay. So this is Baz Quayman, who we love very much. He has a special place for many of us. So I'm just going to click through to his session if my laptop wants to play ball with me today. Here we go. Where is he? Where is he? Baz Quayman, here. Okay, he's here. So you can see he's on every single morning. Now, what we've done in our team is we've made this super simple, okay? Because what we've actually done is we've put together a schedule which actually shows you all of our team favorites. I'm going to find it for you and show you how we use it. So this is something we have put together. Okay, it's called our Earn and Learn schedule. Visionary traders, we put this together ourselves. And it's just the people who we love to plug into. There are over 150 different professional traders on this thing. So understand, we couldn't test drive all 150, but the ones that we know that we love, the ones that we know that make us money, we put together in a schedule just to make it simple and easy for everyone else to actually jump on. So you can see already Baz Quayman, Sugar Daddy is here. If I click in, it will take me straight to his page. And what I want to do is show you one of his sessions where he pulled some copy and paste trades like he does every morning, and just let you understand how simple it is. Oh, Baz. Yes, Baz. Sugar Daddy, right? So let me see if I can find his recorded sessions, because these live sessions that these professionals are teaching, everything is recorded. So if you miss it live, you can actually go back and watch it recorded for the information and for the education that they provide, because we're learning as well. It's an earn while you learn platform, right? Completely earn while you learn, which is vital. So let me skip to the right place in this thing. It's roughly around here. Now, let me see, around there. And we have 13,379, and
10 pips, profit 113,281. Then we have stop loss that I would advise everybody to use. The daily stop loss is the same. We are talking now 130.672.
Right, guys, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me now? Can you hear me? You can hear me, right? Good, good, good. Could you hear Baz? I don't know if you could hear Baz. Could you hear him? No. But can you see the trade details on the screen? Even if you couldn't hear him, can you see the trade details on the screen? Can you copy and paste that trade without even hearing him? So he's given you a pending order. It's a sell stop. He's told you what pair, the CHF, JPY. You know what your lot size is going to be. Okay. How do you get to the channel? I will show you how to get to the channel. And how you basically work out your lot size, 0.01 per £100. He's given you the entry price. He's told you what the take profit is. He's told you what the stop loss is. Copy, paste, profit. Simple, right? Anyone can use this. Anybody can use this, right? So this is why this platform is so amazing. Now there's another one I want to show you. Another guy called Manny, okay? Manny is incredible. And I wanted to show you one of the trades that he pulled this week. Don't worry so much if you can't hear me, okay? Because you literally you don't need to hear me. That's the beauty of this. You don't need to. Let me see if I can run one on Manny. Where is my where's my schedule gone? Go back to this because I've lost it. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is Manny. Okay, Manny Quinones. So Manny, he had a session, and again in the recorded sessions, let me see if I can bring it up. So much, too many tabs open. Manny Quinones, just click on this one. Okay, so this one is another guy called Manny Quinones, and he teaches a certain type of pattern called harmonics. What I want to do is, again, I'm going to skip through his session and find where he starts calling out this trade that we took. I think it was Thursday, somewhere around there. Now, you might not be able to hear him, unfortunately, because I'm not sure how to share the audio between all different types of things without you guys hearing yourself on the other device. But essentially, let me see.
I don't know what entry that you guys got into. So make sure that you guys are accurately edging your trades. If we're going to be looking at catch-up, potentially go for about a 30 pips target back at these previous highs. That'd be a nice round number. We can go right around 69,560. We could look for our TP about 30 pips. And we can look for that at, hold on, let's see. We could do that around 30 pips. We do that one at about at 0.69560. I can't see the screen message. Now with that, we could put like a tight 15 pip stop. We could put out a 15 pip stop right around, what is this, 69,115. We could put stop loss about 15 pips. Keep that trade nice and tight. We don't want to really eat up any of our profits from yesterday. Okay. That is about 0.69115 over here. Okay, this is what
That thing is playing really nice.
Ooh, baby. Let's go. Let's go, EG. EG in the building. Let's go.
Zero G.
I mean, Tim, I'm just trying to catch up with that gold trade that you put out yesterday, you know?
And that was,
You know what I mean? You feeding the whole nation, the whole IM nation.
Okay, guys. I hope you can hear me. Let me mute this thing back again. Right. Okay, I'm hoping you guys can hear me and see me clearly again. That is a market execution trade on the CAD CHF, Canadian dollar Swiss franc. Can you see the take profit number? You can. Can you see the stop loss? Can you see the TP and the stop loss, yeah? Okay, Princess says she got into that trade, it was very profitable. There you go. Copy, paste, profit. Simple. Okay, there is no reason that you cannot win with this platform. It's too easy, right? Now, what I want to show you is actually we have products. Okay, I'm going to whiz now because we need to move it on. I know we're meant to end at 1:30. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So I'm going to whiz through. The next part of the platform that I want to show you where we have copy and paste profit. Let me show you one of these things, DeLorean, right? This is an additional product to in the platform that you can use. DeLorean, they have access to 2 live educators. So just like what you saw, 2 other educators, Tyrone Foster, who is just a whole heap of madman, okay, in a good way, and Patrick Kenny, right? Amazing traders, call out the same kind of copy and paste trades that you've just seen from Baz and you've just seen from Manny. However, DeLorean actually has a product where you can take the trades yourself, right? They show you how. So this at the moment might look like a bit of a madness. It might. But essentially it's the same kind of thing. You see, it's the same interface you've already been using, the same trading view interface. All you're looking for, can you see this arrow, this blue arrow pointing upwards? Can you see that? I hope so. Okay, there's a blue arrow right there pointing upwards. That means you're gonna buy. Now, DeLorean, what they've done is they made it like a 5-step process. I think actually they've now decreased it to a 2-step. But the 5-step is very easy, okay? Buy signal called for 4 hours or a daily trade. So if we go back, we can see, oh, this was a 15-minute. When I was looking at it, it was 4 hour. Was I looking at a different pair? Oh, pardon. Okay, let's go on the 15-minute one. No biggie, let's go. Okay, so step-by-step graphic for the 15-minute. You see how easy this is? They even put the thing there. So if you get a buy signal on the 15-minute, all you actually want to know, let's follow the steps, okay? First of all, is it between 2 a.m. and 10 a.m. EST, which is 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. UK time? Currently it is, although it's a Saturday, but on any other given day, this is when we'd be doing this. Look at the 2 candles to the left of the arrow. Is the blue candle bigger than the red? That's where are we? Oh, it's not letting me do it. Gosh, taking me out, guys. It's taking me out. We log in again. Let's log in. DeLorean, come on. Wi-Fi is slow. Okay, now it's giving me back the 4 hour. Okay, we can work with that. Which one was I looking at? I think it was this one. This was it. Okay, 15-minute. Is the blue candle to the left of the arrow bigger than the red? Guys, it is bigger than the red, okay? The blue candle is bigger than the red. Then you go to the next step. Does the red line cut through both candle bodies? Candles are these little bars, by the way. So does the red line cut through both candle bodies? It does cut through the bottom of the red, and it does cut through the blue. So let's say yes. Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely below the two candles? Let's see. Blue, aqua, or gray? Yes, so we're here. Is that within 10 pips or so? Let's have a look. So here, market price is 2.4477. You come down here, 42.07. So not that close, right? But even if that was close, you answer yes or no, okay? If you get all the yeses, you take the trade. Step 4, make sure that gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely above the price. Now, this one, you see this here? You see how that blue line is right there? You wouldn't want to take the trade because you don't want that blue line so close, okay? But that is, in principle, how these copy-paste profit things work. You literally will follow the steps. Some of them don't even have steps. If we go into Gold Cup doesn't have any steps. Let me show you goldcup.im. Gold Cup is literally, they write it out on the screen, you copy, you paste, you profit. Let's have a look. Hope they've left some up for us after the weekend and haven't taken them away. So it's going to give me the training guide, which I don't want. Let's come out of that. Strategy, let's look at Master's Teacups. So with Gold Cup, there are many different strategies. There are about 8 or 9 different educators. Some are Spanish speaking, some, how do I come out of that? How do I come out of what? I just closed the screen down and went to a different screen. That's what I did. If you type in the product name .im, it will take you directly to that product. So Master's Teacups, okay, so you can see here where different trade ideas have been called on the right-hand side of the screen. I think you guys can't see it yet, you have to wait for the screen to load a little bit. Come on. We're running at a lag. Okay, so if you can see these trade ideas on the right-hand side, these are trades that have been called in Go Live sessions. So in the live teaching sessions, they've called these trades, right? We have then, they've put them into this product. So you can actually come in here and have a look and see what the trades were. Now, what they do is they basically will tell you the trade. So what's the pair? USD, JPY. Are we selling or are we buying? It's given us sell limit, so it's a pending order. The entry, they've given us the entry, 107.120. The stop loss, 107.420. The take profit, 106.920. We know what our lot size is. We know how to work that out, 0.01 per 100. Guys, copy, paste, profit. Simple, okay? Simple. Another one here, the CHF JPY. And do you see that they're actually showing you how you got the trade? So if you wanted to learn, you can learn because they're showing you how the trade is formed, but they're making it simple. This one, the Swiss franc, Japanese yen, type of trade, sell limit, that's a pending order, right? Entry, 114.420, stop loss, 114.720, take profit, 114.220, copy, paste, profit. So simple. Guys, it's so simple, literally. This is the best platform to be with when it comes to trading because they make it easy and you can learn. Which training guide did I just use and how do I get it? So on each product, they have the training. If you see up here where it says Gold Cup, they have training. On DeLorean, they'll have a similar one that says training and it will tell you, right? Now, the platform that we use is incredible. It's called IM Mastery Academy and it's the #1 platform for Forex education in the world. Okay, it's changed my life over the past 9 months. I've gone from working full-time in law and working as an Uber driver / then working as a bus driver and also doing freelance work online to really like being able to step away from all of that. Even now, I'm now working 4 days a week as a lawyer. I don't have any other part-time. Do you see what I mean? Like Forex has literally been a vehicle for me that has enabled me to really change my life. It's something I'm teaching my son. My son is 16. He's learning this because they don't teach this in school. They teach you how to go work for someone else. And they don't teach you how to be independent and actually be in charge of your own money, right? So this is, oh, hang on, click on here. This is something that's really, really incredible. Now, this platform, I think the previous one I was talking about was DeLorean. How do I manage to work and trade at the same time? Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Baz's sessions, Baz, who I showed you first, comes on 6:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock. While I'm getting ready for work, I've just got an ear open. I've got an ear open. This is before I get to work. 6:30 in the morning, I've got an ear open. I'm getting dressed and doing what I'm doing. As soon as I hear you go, guys, we're gonna buy or sell, I'm there. Copy, paste in the phone. Carry on doing what I'm doing. I can come back and watch it later if I want to learn. Do you see what I mean? How do you access Baz Koyman? So Baz Koyman is available in the Forex Academy. When you go into Go Live, it's in Forex. I'm going to show you how you can actually access this package. For those of you who are not in IM and have never come across this before, I will show you how you can actually learn to trade on this. Now, there are 2 packages available, okay? With each package, you get Academy videos which are breaking down the education. So if you've enjoyed what I've taught you today and it's made so much sense to you, that I have fully learned from the Academy. Little videos, short videos, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, they break it down, okay? And this is what I juggled around work as well, because at that time I did not have spare time. But instead of listening to music on the way to work, I plug in, listen to the videos, and it would teach me. I learned how to count pips. I learned how to understand the trend. I learned how to understand different currencies. I learned how to place a trade. There's a video showing you how to place a trade. It's very, very simple. We also have the Go Live session. So where I used to come home in the evening and maybe just sit and watch TV for an hour before I go to bed, no, that had to go, okay? I started watching Go Live. So the live sessions where the educators were teaching me, I started to watch those, right? And again, there's another tool that I really want to show you that it's not letting me log into currently, called the harmonic scanner. And if you're a person that can't trade when you're at work, this is going to be the dream for you, okay? Harmonic scanner literally allows you to trade in your own time. So even if it's nighttime, you can come in here and trade. It doesn't have to be the middle of the day or anything like that. Whenever you have time, you come into the harmonic scanner and you can literally copy and paste trades, okay? I'm going to show you. Let me just move this out the way. I'll show you how this works. Right, harmonic scanner. Even if you didn't care about this whole pattern of whatever it is that's going on, and this is the USD Swiss franc, there's a lot of CHFs happening today. But if you didn't even care about this, this is a copy paste profit situation. Guys, it shows you the entry. It gives you the numbers. Now, this is not a JPY pair, so we'd be looking at the first 4 numbers after decimal point only, okay? Gives you the entry. It gives you the stop loss. It gives you 3 options for take profit. This is obviously going to be the most secure. This one's going to be a little bit more further out. This one's going to be the one that incurs the most risk because it has to go further to get to this point. You're going to be buying because the market is low and your take profits are higher, which means you're going from a low position to a high. So you're going to buy, right? You also have them on the sells. So if I flip it around, you see this one here is designed for a sell. Let me expand this over. And you can see it's the same situation. They give you the entry, they give you your take profits. This one's already smashed take profit 1, smashed take profit 2, went towards take profit 3, but went nowhere near the stop loss, okay? So all of this, you just copy and paste these numbers into your phone, 0.01 per 100, copy, paste, profit. This harmonic scanner is available all the time during the week, right? The confirmations we have in our team confirmations, okay? There are 4 confirmations. One of them, but there's different ways, because even on Manny's recorded session, Manny has various different strategies that he will use with this harmonic scanner. So the way we do it is just one way. There are many ways to use the harmonic scanner. Okay, our way is for the 4-hour time frame. We look for divergence, which I'm not even going to go into explain right now. Some people use indicators. There's various different ways. Some people literally just copy and paste. They just pick the trades that they like and copy and paste. But the fact is, it's simple. You don't need to really understand it. You don't really need to get into a deep level of Forex, mastery and professionalism to really use these tools. They're available and they can fit in and around whatever you're doing. Harmonic scanner, like I said, is available 24/5, throughout the week. The professional educators, they have sessions all different times of the day and night, as I showed you on the Earn and Learn schedule. What else? We have V-Trades. Oh my gosh, V-Trades. You guys nearly made me forget about V-Trades. So V-Trades, hi, V-Trades is our, it's our, let me see if my Telegram will come up on here if I type it in. V-Trades is our signals group. So we have a signals group in our team, right? Which actually calls out different trades for you. Some of them are from some of the education sessions. Some of them are from the analysis of some of the more skilled traders in our team. Oh, I don't think it's gonna let me log in. Let me see if I can share my screen. Oh, I can't do it on here. V-Trade. So basically we have copy and paste signals in our group, which enable you to, again, on the go, take copy and paste trades. And this is really simple because it means they come to your phone. You literally don't have to go into the platform at all. Copy and paste, guys. It's very easy. Very, very simple to use. That has seen massive, massive, massive success since we brought that back, because we had it before and then we suspended it for a while. You know, people were plugging into the education and plugging into the platform. We brought V-Trades back and it's just been incredible. When I show you like the amount of stuff that we've been able to do with this, it's just been, you know, absolutely life-changing. So, you know, really, really useful to be able to have that. Now, what I actually want to do is stop sharing for a second, come back to you guys and talk about the packages, right? There's 2 packages with this platform. Like I said, both packages give you academy videos for you to learn from, because essentially you do want to learn this skill. You don't need to be profitable, but you want to learn it because it's something that's so valuable to understand. Secondly, you get Go Live, which is access to the professional education sessions where they're teaching you and they are calling out the copy and paste trades, right? You get access to those. The difference between the two packages, the Platinum and the Elite, lies in the copy and paste product. So where you saw me on DeLorean using their system to find the trades, where you saw me on Harmonic Scanner, where you saw me on Gold Cup taking the copy and paste profits that they've just put there for me, that is where the difference comes in. Platinum Pack, you get the Harmonic Scanner, creates over 200 trade ideas per week for you to go in and just take different time frames, different currencies, buys and sells. You know, it's just there for you to use in your own time. If you get the Elite Pack, you get the Harmonic Scanner, but you also get Gold Cup, DeLorean, pivots, levels, swipe trades, bounce back. Steady gives you longer term trades. So you might hold a trade for like 3 or 4 days and get bigger profits. Vibrata, very quick short trades. You take many of them in a short space of time, you get your money that way. I think that's all of them. Gold Cup, you learn to trade gold, you learn to trade indices, and you get additional profits like that. Now, those packages those products are available in Elite. You can also add them on separately to Platinum. So this is something you can tailor to your own lifestyle. If you want to have Platinum, have a couple of add-ons, that's fine. If you want to go all the way for Elite and get everything, that's fine. Platinum Pack, £190, okay? And £190 is for 28 whole days. Forex courses in the UK are usually £10,000, £20,000, £5,000, and it's for like 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. So £190 for 28 days, and you've seen how simple it is to use. Very, very easy, copy, paste, and profit, right? Now, £190 for 28 days, and at the end of the 28 days, you can decide whether you've learned enough of the strategies, because remember, you get to learn as well. If you've learned enough, you can take that information away, and you can go and apply it on your own. You don't need to continue to use the platform. However, many people like myself love using this, you know, making plenty of money from this, and actually just want to stay and learn more. So it's on a rolling basis. Now, if you continue on a rolling basis, the price actually drops. It goes down to £140 every, 28 days. So again, it's flexible. There's no contract. There's no tie-in. You cancel as soon as you don't want to use it anymore. Now, the Elite Pack is £260 for the first 28 days. After the first 28 days, drops down to £220, right? And again, same basis, it's a rolling thing, there's no contract, no one's tying you in or holding you hostage, okay? You just get access to way more in terms of copy and paste, but like I said, there's over 150 educators. Like, if you can't find 1 or 2 to vibes with, I don't really know what's going on with you, okay? There's something for everyone, and you can fit this in and make it work around your lifestyle. It comes down to smart substitutions. You know, you have to be willing to kind of swap out some of the stuff that's not making you any money for some of the stuff that actually will. And on that basis, that is kind of how it works, guys. Very, very simple. Now, for anyone that's interested in actually joining the team I'm with, send me a message, okay? You can DM me on Instagram. at Nicola Carter FX. That's at Nicola Carter FX. Or if you've been introduced to this call by someone else who's on the call, go back to them and they will get you hooked up and get you connected so you can actually start learning how to do this for yourself and start to trade. You've seen that compound plan, you've seen what the vision is, you've seen why so many people are now like hell bent on Forex, having gone through this pandemic and been having their lives thrown up in the air. We're not doing it anymore. Okay, we're here for our own money. We're going to be in control of our own finances. So that is what we're about now. Now, guys, are there any questions before I close out this call? Are there any questions? It's been absolutely fabulous being able to show you this, guys, today. You know, really enjoyed the session and I hope you did as well. And I hope you learned from it and got value from it. But if there are any questions, drop them in the chat. We're actually doing another session at 4 o'clock, okay? And the 4 o'clock session is gonna be actually showing you how to understand the chart. So I just touched on it briefly today, just to give you enough to know how to copy, paste, and profit. But if you're actually interested in understanding the charts, as simple as I just showed you this, I'm gonna be showing you at 4 o'clock. Sorry, at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, I'm gonna be showing you at 3 o'clock how to actually understand the charts. I'm also gonna show you a simple strategy that has been working for me to do your own trades, okay? Very simple, a few steps. But we're going to be breaking that down at 3 o'clock. So guys, go get your friends, go holler at some peoples, tell them 3 o'clock, Nicola Carter is going to be teaching you a simple strategy to actually trade for yourself and understand it. You will get it. It's very easy. And I'll show you a potential trade for the week ahead as well, because I've seen a trade idea that I have. Sorry, what did that say? If a beginner was to add 2 more products, what would you recommend? If I was to recommend 2 products, I would recommend Gold Cup, definitely. And I would recommend DeLorean. Those two I would recommend to you. Gold Cup and DeLorean. Thank you so much, Cecilia. I appreciate you. Thank you. But guys, get your peoples, come back at 3 o'clock. We're going to be doing this again, same Zoom link, okay? And let's just keep it moving. I've got a whole lot of other stuff as well going on today. We've got Instagram Live, we've got Super Saturday Call at 7:30. Follow me on Instagram, tag me if you're screenshotting this and sharing it on your socials, tag me in. We will catch up with you in an hour and a half, 3 p.m. Have a good afternoon, guys. I'll see you in a bit.